So, this year I've basically made the self-discovery that, I'm an atheist. Um, I don't hate religious people. Do what you want. I'm not telling anyone else you have to stop or whatever. But, personally, I've kind of realized I have no belief that there's a God at all. Um, like sometimes I'll take into account, some Buddhist ideas and such, or beliefs. But the other day someone was like, why? Why don't you believe? Why? Blah, 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 blah. I was like, well, honestly, that's a dumb question. Obviously, I'm a scientific person. Um, I like proof of things. Um, maybe if someone or somehow someone proves me that there's a God, fine, then I'll believe. And then my religious friend's like, yeah, but it's about faith, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but I have faith in other things. Like, you don't have to have faith in God to have faith in something. Like, faith is not a word just for one God. Like, you can have faith in other things. It's to have faith. What do I have faith in? I have faith in... This world kind of sucks, so it's hard to have... I have faith in, like, the power of kindness. I have faith in love. I have faith in caring and compassion and understanding. I have faith in myself, honestly. Like, I believe I'm a strong enough person to get myself through this world without needing to lean on an invisible being. And I was saying these things and my friend was like, that sounds religious, blah. I was like, no. Because those things are not only religious related. Like, they're like, oh, people of God are always so kind. They're always so great when you go to church. Blah. It's like, excuse me, you can be kind and wonderful and not go to church. It's your choice on how you act as a person. It's about humanity, not God and humanity or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. One of the main reasons I'm an atheist is because a big thing about religion is that religious people believe that the world is anthropocentric, which means that they believe the world revolves around humans, humankind. And I believe the complete opposite. I think we are just here, and nature is our controller. We're at the mercy of, not a god, we're at the mercy of nature, of natural disasters and the Earth's pattern. Because without this rock beneath us, people, we are dead. We don't exist. Without the sun spinning over there, we are dead. We don't exist. This is why I believe in science. Yeah. And, I really hate how, in that anthropocentric view, religious people often take animals and, put them as lower to humans. Let me see a man fight a bear without a gun and see who wins. That's all I have to say. Yeah. It's just like, you don't... I'm not... Okay, I'm going to make a jump out here, but sometimes I find religious people to be weak. Like, okay, well, I don't mind if you're religious and you have your beliefs and your reasons for believing, but if your main reason for believing is that you don't want to go to hell, like, I had someone say to me once, like, well, I just figure I should believe so I don't go to hell. I'm like, that is not a reason to be religious. Like, my one friend who's religious is very strong in her beliefs for a lot of reasons, but it's not because she's scared to go to hell. And, like, if you're religious because you're scared to go to hell, that's just weak and cowardly. And I think that's the wrong reasons to be religious, and you're basically an atheist yourself, because that's wrong. But I just think, like, people are like that. We need something to lean on a lot. And, I feel like religion's just a crutch for that. Something for people to lean on. And that's why for years we need a leader. People need a leader. I mean, or else we go into chaos. And that's why for years, like, since the turn of the beginning of humankind, we've taken people and put them up on pedestals and made them into leaders. Excuse me. And basically, I think that's just because we're weak and we need someone to either blame the problems on, or to fix the problems, or, like, the number one thing is, like, people who like, I mean, sometimes I'll find myself, like, I'm an atheist, but sometimes I'll find myself, like, when I'm just at a loss for, like, I'm really, like, crying, I'll be like, I'll look to the sky and I'll be like, why? But it's like, that's what God is to some people, I think. It's just like, you need someone to just be like, why? Like, there's someone up there doing it to you. It's not that you did it to yourself. And, like, then I turn around and I'm like, no, it's not why to God. It's more like why to fate in the universe and just things that happen in life. But it's not why to God, because He doesn't control my life, and because I don't believe He exists. And of course it's a He. I mean, obviously you can tell, people are like, the Bible was written, blah, 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 blah. I think the Bible was a bunch of parents who got together and said, let's make these stories in some sort of way that we can make kids behave. Like, since the beginning of time, parents have been working on how to make their kids behave. The Bible's perfect. It's like, if you do this, you're going to hell. If you do this, you're going to hell. You're going to hell. I mean, like, I think it's basically, like, you know, they were just like, let's make our kids behave, and it's a huge conspiracy trick that turned into a freaking religion, like, and people took it, and they had enough people behind it, and there was a small amount of people in the world that it was easy to get a large number of people behind it. Let me just repeat again, if you are religious and you become offended by this video, just don't watch it, don't hate on me, I'm okay with you being religious. I think it's everyone's choice what you believe in and what you do. Like, that's what America is. People came here to escape, to find religious freedom and such. And my religious freedom that I am exercising is being an atheist. End of story. That's basically all I have to say. I'm trying to think of other things people might ask me. But, like, it just comes down to, like, if there's a God, until He freaking shows up right freaking here, or shoots me with lightning or something, like, right here, then I'm not gonna believe in Him. And if there is a God, I kinda hate Him anyway. I mean, like, the world's a mess. And then they're like, oh, it's because of atheists, blah, 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 blah. It's like, if there was a God, He wouldn't want His world like this. At all. If there is a God, if this is the way things are and He's punishing and blah, 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 I think He's a mean person. A mean being. He's mean. That's what I think. Partially the reason I'm posting this is because someone asked me that, and then also because there's this video of a girl who, hold on one second. There's this video of a girl who basically, she thinks that the tsunami in Japan was a good thing. Do you want to hear why? She's like, this, quotation marks, I just want to get on my knees and pray to God all day, thanking Him for killing all the Japan people and showing atheists they shouldn't be atheists. I'm like, first of all, bitch, I'm atheist. If God did that, that makes me more atheist. End of story. Yeah, that's just sick. Sick. You should never, ever be thankful for death. It's nothing to be thankful for. I don't believe in the death penalty. I don't think it's our choice who dies and who lives, and I don't think I think it's part of nature and part of the ways. I think the ultimate punishment is freaking jail, hardcore jail. And like, there's like this idiotic guy once when I was in high school comes up to me and he goes, "What's so wrong with jail? You get free housing and free meals." I'm like, have you ever seen the gang violence problems in jail and the rape? People die there every freaking day. It's the natural order of things. And if you put Hitler in jail, instead of, I mean, he killed himself, but if like we had caught Hitler and put him in jail, I'm pretty sure the inmates would have killed him themselves. So that's what I have to say. But that girl, I think she should be killed. I mean, I don't think we can choose it, but I hope freaking car runs over her or something, because I think that's just so sick. Really sick. To be thankful for all those deaths and hurting of people. I mean, it's just sick. That's all I have to say. People are twisted. Like, if your main priority in life is, like, being thankful to God for, like, your main priority is to try and get atheists to not be atheists, that's just wrong. Like, your main priority in life should be loving. No, you know the number one. Loving your family and your friends and loved ones around you, and being a kind, caring person trying to make the world a better place. I think that's one of the priorities. But there's a quote from the Birdman of Alcatraz that I don't know it exactly, but it's a very good old-fashioned movie, The Birdman of Alcatraz. And there's this man, and he's been in jail like for years, Alcatraz, obviously. And what happens is these two younger prisoners start this big riot, and they try and overtake the guards and start this whole like shooting fight kind of thing. And but it turns out into this like hold up, and the inmates are inside, and the man's there with one of the younger guys, and he gets shot and he's starting to die, and he says, and the old man says to him, "Why are you dying? Your wound isn't that bad." He's like, and the younger boy goes, "There's no point in living. I'm stuck in jail, blah." And the Birdman of Alcatraz, the main guy, the older guy, goes, "Your number one duty in life is to live, and that is it. I mean, your life has been given to you. Your existence has been given to you through nature, not from God. Just, you were born through nature, and to throw that away is always the wrong choice, no matter what. I don't even care. Like, I hate Hitler, so yeah, I'm okay with him killing himself, but like, I should be careful. I'm Jewish, so I can say this, but like, I still think it's wrong to kill yourself. He should have suffered his punishment in jail. You know? Like, I just think, I love that quote. I think people should realize that experiencing life and taking all this stuff that is given to you through matters of coincidence or fate, you should use to their fullest. To end my video, that's all I can think of really. But to end my video, I just want to say that I believe in the Forrest Gump way of life, in that he says at the end, I don't know the quote exactly, he says, "I think we're all accidental, like floating on a breeze, but there's also some direction to it." I think what he's trying to say is like there's a mix of fate, and there's a mix of just things happening in nature and in the world, and it's like combined, and things just happen. I don't think that there's some being controlling anything. I think that it's the actions of many forces of nature combining and creating occurrences. So if you're religious, don't be offended. I'm fine with you being religious. I was just explaining why I'm atheist. And if you have any questions, you can post them. And I'll try and answer them. If you're hateful or mean, I'm not going to answer them. That's just dumb. I'm not going to. Like, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. That's the way I live. If you don't understand something, yeah, pretty much. So, if I ever am not an atheist, I'll let you know. But for now, I'm an atheist. Bye!